Hey everyone, what is going on? So we are doing an Entei raid guide today and taking a look at some of the best counters for this particular Pokemon before its raid day comes up. And if you like this kind of content, please let me know by leaving a like and a comment down below to let me know how I'm doing and let me know how I can improve, because this is new content for me on my channel and I'm always looking for ways to improve my content for you guys. But anyway, we are going to go ahead and jump on over to PokeBattler.com and we're going to take a look at the top 24 counters for this particular Pokemon. If you have enough people for this particular Pokemon, it's not going to matter what team you go in with. Even if you're a low level, you can go in with all level 1s. And if there's 15 other people or 10 other people battling the Pokemon, you're still going to win and have the chance of catching this Pokemon, so it doesn't really matter. But if you want to duo it, or trio it, or quadruple it, whatever it happens to be, you might want to have some of these stronger counters. So number one on the list is Rampardos with Smackdown and Rock Slide. So this is definitely going to be number one on the list because it's such a powerful Pokemon and it's really strong. So if you have one at level 40 or even 35 or even 30, this is definitely going to be the best option for you. It has a high attack, it's going to do a lot of damage, so I totally recommend, if you have the Rampardos, that you definitely use it. It is one of the newer Pokemon, so you might not have many of them, but even if you have at least one, definitely going to be one of the best options for you. So we're moving on to number 2 on the list, which is going to be Kyogre. So if you're like me, you have plenty of Kyogres, and they list Waterfall and Hydro Pump as being the best attacks for this Pokemon. Now even if you didn't get it from raids, you might have gotten it from the research boxes, because you can get them on your 7th day streak now. So if you managed to get one, you might have a Kyogre that you can use, and if you do, Waterfall and Hydro Pump, as I mentioned, definitely the way to go. So definitely a very powerful Pokemon, and it's a close second to Rampardos. Now Kyogre has been out for longer than Rampardos has been, so you might have them, so definitely take a look at this Pokemon. If you do, it's definitely a solid option. So number 3 is going to be Feraligatr. Now Totodile had a community day, so chances are you have this powerful Pokemon, and it does recommend its exclusive community day move, Hydro Pump, along with Waterfall. So if you do have this move set on Feraligatr, it's definitely a good way to go, and it's definitely going to be doing a lot of damage right behind Kyogre. So very powerful Pokemon. Chances are you probably do have it, and it's definitely one that you might want to consider using. So number 4 on the list is going to be a very powerful Pokemon. It's going to be Tyranitar. Now I'm sure a lot of you have Tyranitar because Larvitar was a community day Pokemon, and even if you didn't get it from its community day, it's still been out for quite a while, so you might have this one with Smackdown and Stone Edge. Now Smackdown is that community day exclusive move, so hopefully you guys have it. So if you do, Tyranitar is definitely going to be on the list to take out Entei, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to be using it, myself included. Moving on to number 5 on the list is going to be Gyarados with Waterfall and Hydro Pump. This is yet another powerful Pokemon that you can consider using, and a Pokemon that's been out since the beginning of the game, so you probably do have it if you want to go ahead and take on Entei with Gyarados or with a team of Gyarados. It does take a lot of candy to evolve that Magikarp, but you still can probably definitely use this one and beat Entei just fine. So next up we have Rhyperior with Smackdown and Stone Edge. So this is one of the newer Pokemon. It does take a Sinnoh Stone to evolve Rhydon, so it is a new Pokemon as I mentioned, but it's a very strong one and one that I would definitely recommend using against this Entei. Next up on the list is going to be another Pokemon that we had in raids. It's going to be Palkia. So it was available for a month at one point in time, and it does recommend Dragon Tail and Hydro Pump, so that Hydro Pump is going to be super effective against Entei. Next up we do have Groudon. Now Groudon is definitely a strong Pokemon, and one that I would probably expect to be higher up on the list, but I guess not, with Mudshot and Earthquake. So if you have that Entei, very powerful Pokemon, I'll probably be using this as well as Tyranitar against my Entei when I have the Entei raid day. Number 9 on the list is going to be Armastar with Rock Throw and Hydro Pump. Now that is a legacy moveset, so it's going to be another Pokemon that you could definitely consider, but not super high on the list. Number 10 is going to be Garchomp with Mudshot and Earthquake. Now this is a Pokemon that might be difficult for some of you to get because it is a newer Pokemon, and the Pokemon Gible is not really that common to begin with, so you might have missed out on this one. I have one, but I had to trade for it. I never found a Gible in the wild, so definitely a very rare Pokemon indeed. And it's definitely a good option, but it's very rare, and I'm surprised it's really low on the list as well. I thought this would be a little bit higher, but I guess not. Next up, we have Floatzel with Waterfall and Hydro Pump, so another Pokemon you can use. And as I mentioned before, even if you don't have strong Pokemon, even if you only have level 1 Pokemon, level 5 Pokemon, if you have enough people in that raid, it doesn't matter. They're going to be able to knock it out, and you'll be able to still have the option of catching that Entei. So it doesn't matter if you have the best Pokemon in the world. But we're going to move on to number 12 on the list, which is going to be Swampert. Now, Swampert has not had its community day yet, or should I say Mudkip. So you can't get that Hydro Cannon, but it's number 12 on the list with Water Gun and Surf. Now, it will probably move up on the list once it gets Hydro Cannon, but of course you cannot get it right now. So Water Gun and Surf for Swampert, definitely a good way to go. So moving on, we have number 13, which is going to be Alolan Golem with Rock Throw and Stone Edge. Now, if you're really into PvP, you might have this already. For the Great League, of course, you want it to be a little bit higher so you could do more damage, but I already have one, so maybe you guys have one as well. So that is number 13 on the list, and then we're going to move on to Vaporeon, which is number 14 on the list with Water Gun and Hydro Pump. Now, you guys know how strong Water Gun is, so it does a lot of damage, so this is definitely a Pokemon that you might want to consider using if you have it. So we're going to jump into number 15 on the list, which is going to be Blastoise. Now, Squirtle did have a community day, so it does recommend Water Gun and Hydro Cannon, and Hydro Cannon is definitely a powerful, strong move, as well as Water Gun, so it's definitely a good way to go if you want to use Blastoise. So number 16 on the list is going to be the regular Golem with Rock Throw and Stone Edge. So if you have some of these from a long time ago that you powered up or maxed out, you could definitely use them. I actually don't have a regular Golem, believe it or not, powered up, maxed out. I just have one that I evolved, but I don't think it's high, to be honest with you. So I think it's a very low level, actually. So I won't be using Golems, but it's definitely a good option to take out Entei if you have them available. So number 17 on the list is going to be Salamence with Dragon Tail and Hydro Pump. Now, Hydro Pump is going to be super effective. Dragon Tail will not be, but it's still a strong Pokemon because it's going to be taking resistant damage from the fire moves. So Salamence will not be taking much damage from Entei's moves at all. So number 18 on the list is going to be Kabutops with Waterfall and Stone Edge, both doing a lot of damage to Entei, and definitely a solid way to go if you have that Kabutops. Moving on to number 19, which is going to be Milotic with Waterfall and Surf. And then we're going to move on to Kingdra for Water Gun and Hydro Pump. Now, this is a legacy move set. Water Gun is legacy. So if you don't have it, you don't have to use Kingdra, or you could use it with Dragon Breath, which is still going to be doing a lot of damage as well. It's just technically not super effective, but it's a very strong Pokemon to use. It's low on the list, but it's still a solid option for you if that's all you have available. So jumping into number 21 on the list, it's going to be Empoleon with Waterfall and Hydro Pump. Now again, similar to Swampert, Empoleon has not had its community day yet and won't for some time, so this is definitely lower on the list, but once it gets Hydro Cannon, it will probably move up. So we're going to jump into number 22 on the list, which is going to be that Crawdaunt with Waterfall and Bubble Beam. So a Pokemon I actually haven't used, to be honest with you, but it's definitely a good way to go if you have it available. So number 23 is going to be that Starmie with Water Gun and Hydro Pump. And last but certainly not least, we're going to go with Rhydon, and that has Mud Slap and Surf. So I actually have a couple of Rhydon available that I could use. Honestly, I'm surprised it's really low on the list because this will be doing some good damage against Entei. So a lot of these Pokemon are definitely good if you want to consider some of them. So yeah, that's what Pokebattler.com recommends. I will leave a link to their website in the description down below if you want to use them for raid counters or if you want to use them for PvP or other content. Definitely a good way to go. I use them all the time. You guys know it when I reference them in other videos, so I definitely recommend checking them out if you haven't done so already, but chances are you probably have. And yeah, that's going to conclude this video. As I said, I am new to making this kind of content. Usually I just do PvP. So if you like this kind of content, definitely let me know by leaving a thumbs up. It lets me know that I'm doing a good job and you want me to continue doing this type of content. And if you have any questions, definitely leave them in the comments down below, or opinions on how I can improve this type of content, and I will definitely check them out and hopefully moving forward I will be able to improve my content and make better quality content for you guys. So yeah, that's going to be it for this video, guys. I will see you in the next one. Have a good day. Bye. Thank you so much for watching my latest video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter. If you like this video, click on one of the links to check out another one of my videos that you'll probably enjoy.